Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
Word it up. I am Von Erich.
worded up indeed. Busy show here, busy show. First of all, thank you so much for listening to the show tonight. Whether you're listening on one of the many glorious apps or on MorningShowCentral.com, thank you so much for making High on Sports a part of your evening. And remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free 1-888-668-0742. Again, toll-free around the globe. If you're watching the show on MSC, which you probably are, go ahead and log into the chat room. There's a place to enter a password. You don't need to put it. Just put a name, any name you want. Like always, Poop, still available. A lot of fans of coming in there as Poop, so, up for grabs. Just hit enter. You're immediately logged in, talking to myself, Ashley, Von Erich, and whoever else is in the chat room right now. And remember, as always, email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com, and we'll read them live on the air if they're good enough, and we'll give you credit, too. So why don't you include your name in there? So, yeah, there we go. All right, well, let's get right into things here because we have got a lot of things to cover in this show, so let's get right on it. This is round one. Let's go. Just hold up a finger. No signs again. Oops. Oh, well. Anyways, obviously, okay, there's no question where to start the show tonight. The Super Bowl is set. All right, if you missed it last night, two exciting games, really. I mean,
oh my!
Really,
both came down to the last minute.
I think this is the first time ever that the AFC and NFC championship were both decided by 3 points or less. It was just insane. Actually, both were decided by 3 points exactly.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed, though. I mean, well, if you don't know, and if you don't know, I don't understand how that's possible, but the Super Bowl is set as a rematch of Super Bowl 42. It is the New York Giants taking on the New England Patriots. Patriots will be the home team in that. So a really interesting thing to think about, though, is they're in Indianapolis in the oil drum. That means one of two quarterbacks will be using Peyton Manning's locker during the Super Bowl, and it's either going to be his rival Tom Brady or his little brother Eli Manning. But it's going to go to the home team is the Patriots, so it's most likely going to be Tom Brady.
Which is lame. They should just let the Giants have that locker room.
Yeah.
So Eli can get some Peyton mojo.
Oh, yeah, that's what he needs. Why? He's been to just as many Super Bowls as Peyton Manning.
That is true. But
and he might come out with more
Peyton's
rings
been
than Peyton after
screwed,
this.
though, because Peyton's never had a defense.
That's true, but, I mean, the year that they won it.
The year they lost against the Saints, literally that Super Bowl was gift wrapped and handed to the Saints.
Yeah, well, that was
God couldn't.
That was like an
Saints
emotional
that
thing that like had to happen.
No,
it
that
was one of those
crap.
things after Katrina. It's like you
don't
got hit
give
by
a city a
hurricane,
Super
you get a
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
No,
that's
you
more
don't
than
just
fair.
hand
NFL corruption.
No,
Yeah.
you don't just hand a city a Super Bowl because they had a hurricane 5 years
Hey,
before
they
that.
handed the Steelers the Super Bowl against the Seahawks
That's
for no reason at all.
because the devil was in charge of that.
Was it? And I still say they handed them the one against the Cardinals. I don't think it was likely that the Cardinals were going to win, but I remember on that last drive,
Oh,
there was
yeah.
a pass and they ruled it a fumble and said the game was over, but it wasn't. It was an incomplete forward pass because his hand was moving forward. But I digress. Anyways, so yeah, Super Bowl rematch, Patriots and Giants. I take it you're rooting for the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
We will get to our picks later. Possibly. We'll see. Because, again, the Super Bowl is in 2 weeks. I'll give you a hint, though, as to which team I'm going to pick. I already have it decided. They wear blue. And they also wear red.
Oh.
And they play in a city that starts with new. So,
Wow.
well, not a city. Not necessarily a
narrows it
city
down.
that starts with new, but at least an area that starts with new. So, we'll see. We'll see. It could be anyone. It could be, who knows? Although I probably gave it away, by now. With all those descriptive clues. But anyways, biggest question I've been getting a lot is about these two, the AFC and NFC championship game yesterday. Is bigger choke. Who was the bigger disappointment? Was it Billy Cundiff with that missed field goal? Or was it Kyle Williams for the 49ers with that fumble?
It's got to be him because he screwed up twice.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, though. I think I might give it to Cundiff. because Kyle Williams, the one thing he has in his favor, the one thing, only thing, is Kyle Williams is not the starting punt returner.
That is
Kyle
true.
Williams is not familiar as a punt returner. I'm sure he
Yeah.
might have. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm sure he might have in college or something, at some point in his career. I'm sure he has returned a punt. They're not like, yeah, your first time, go ahead in the NFC Championship. But Ted Ginn Jr., who's a great return man, really. He had that game, was it earlier this year where he returned a punt and a kickoff or something like that?
In the same game, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ted Ginn Jr., he's a beast. We know that as Ohioans. I was watching him with our dear Buckeyes, taking them to the 2007 National Championship and getting crushed by Florida, but, that's another story.
We digress.
Yeah,
Moving on.
that's irrelevant. I didn't even watch that game. Anyways, so, I mean, he's not even the starter. And he's suddenly put in this position where it's like, yeah, we need you to return punts and kicks. You don't really get like a grace period. Just if you fuck up, we lose.
Yeah,
That's
and
F up,
that's
whatever.
what happened.
Sorry. I mean,
He messed up twice. Got 2 touchdowns for the Giants. Game over.
and Billy Cundiff, you're the starting kicker. You have been the
Yeah.
whole year. I'm pretty sure he was all last year. I think the year before that, he spent a little bit of time with the Browns, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But, I mean,
when Phil broke his arm.
yeah. Which if a kicker breaks his arm, you can still kick.
That's what I'm like. I
You
was
know?
very
It's
confused
like,
by that.
Come on.
Phil
That's gotta
Dawson.
screw up your balance.
Yeah, maybe,
Yes, you're
but
weighted down like another ounce
just
because
kick.
of the cast.
I mean, come on. You're not supposed to use your hands. It's like if a soccer player couldn't play because his hands were broken. You're not supposed to touch the ball. If anything, that's a benefit. I don't know, but I mean, Billy Cundiff is supposed to hit that field goal. He's
Yeah.
hit that field goal
Probably
a
700
billion
times.
times. 1 billion. That's the exact number. Actually, I have it in front of me. 1 billion times he's hit a field goal that length.
And
NFL
he
record.
choked.
1 billion. And he didn't. And it's a choke. I mean, there's nothing else to it. And I was thinking about this. There's a lot of different reactions to this. Ray Lewis, obviously the most prominent member of the Ravens, has announced he's coming back for the next season. Which I hate the Ravens, but Ray Lewis is a guy you at least have to respect. You
Yeah.
know? Unlike anyone on the Steelers, I don't like him, but I respect him. You know.
Yeah.
Just because he's been doing it right,
And
the whole
plus he'll kill
time.
you.
Aside from the alleged murder, but aside from that, he's been an upstanding citizen. But no, I saw his little interview and he came out there and and he brings up, it's like there's no Billy Cundiff missed a kick. It's like it's the rest of the team's fault that the game came down to that. It shouldn't have even come down to that. He says we lose and we fall as a team. It's the Ravens' fault for losing this game. It's not specifically Billy Cundiff.
It wouldn't even come down to that, but Lee Evans dropped that touchdown pass right
Blame Lee
before that.
Evans.
It was in his hands, in his chest, and he was cradling it like a child.
That's true. And who's
and it just popped out.
I don't remember his name offhand. I apologize. But the defensive back for the Patriots, they covered him on that play.
We got smoked.
That's the guy the one that eventually helped,
they knocked it
helped
out?
knock it
Yeah.
out. That guy was part of the Raiders this year. He was on the Raiders practice squad and kept getting called back and forth. End of September, he wasn't even a Patriot. And now all of a sudden he's making a play on one of the biggest stages in all of the National Football League. I mean, he went from being absolute nobody to Ty Law 2.0. It's insane. But I mean, Ray Lewis brought up a good point. I like to think of it if I was a member of the Ravens. Well, I'd be happy because the Ravens lost. Go Browns. But I think about it in Ray Lewis's situation is I would say that to the media. I wouldn't come out and start a witch hunt
Yeah,
of
you can't do-
we
you
need a new
can't.
kicker, But I don't think I could go talk to him. That's
No.
another thing Ray Lewis brought up. He says he's like, I haven't talked to him yet, but I'm going right after this. I'm gonna go tell him, don't you hang your head. He's like, lift that head up. This isn't your fault. It's like, damn, that's inspirational. I wish Ray Lewis was just there, working at the office. It's like,
needs
his budget reports. He's like, you lift that head up. You're a winner. If you're fired or something, he's like, don't be sad. Don't be sad. You're a champion. You just haven't become a champion yet. I don't know.
oh my god.
But I mean, I couldn't talk to him because I would feel two incredibly strong emotions.
Yeah.
Anger at the fact that just ended my season and my shot at the first ever Super Bowl ring of my career, Well,
Yeah.
Ray Lewis already has one, so he doesn't care. But I mean, if I'm somebody else on that team and it's like I don't have a ring, and maybe I'm getting up there in years or something, I'd be furious. But at the same time, I'd feel so bad for that kid.
Yeah.
Especially that's someone I know. That's my brother in arms, And to see that happen to him, it's like that's why I could not speak with him.
No, I
because
would
I'd
have
be
to
crying
just-
and then I'd take a swing at him.
Like, you son
I'd
of
be-
a bitch!
I'd be like bipolar. I'd be like, that was so sad.
Like half of you's hugging him, the other half is punching his face
I'd be like, I feel so bad. Bring it in. And he comes up for a hug.
and you sucker
Slowly,
punch
my
the mess.
hands come up and strangle him to death.
Like why?
And then I don't know what I've done, and I just panic. I couldn't
Yeah,
talk to him. I
neither
could
would I.
not talk to him. No chance. Kyle
And
Williams.
what do you say? Because he doesn't want, because like you don't want them to come up. Like if you screw up, you don't want people to come and be like, it's okay, and just talk to you. You don't want to talk to anybody either. You kind of just want to go in a corner and put your head up your ass and cry.
Exactly. Actually, we have some audio of Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs, linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, and we're gonna play that here for you in just a second. He's talking to Skip Bayless from ESPN First Take, and he had some interesting comments for Mr. Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is
I kind of think
I don't know how I
like
feel
him.
about that guy. I don't know. He's just
Sometimes
an
he makes-
arguer.
yeah.
You know, he's just one of those people. Like they want to. It's not even necessarily that I stand for what I stand for. Whatever. It's just like I stand for whatever you don't stand for.
Pretty much.
You know, it's one of those. It's like a Stephen A. Smith. Like Stephen A. Smith just seems like an asshole. But it's like when he's arguing on a side that I agree with, it's like that's my boy. That's why I'm glad he's on my side. Behind the scenes a little bit. Chris, can I get a little signal when we got that Suggs thing ready to go? All right, this is Terrell Suggs talking to Skip Bayless from ESPN First Take.
You know, like I said, I don't know, all that thing, all those last two plays, it happened so fast. Like, boom, he dropped the ball.
Now, wait a second. Are you saying you got some, or the Patriots got some home cooking in that they deceived you on the scoreboard by putting the wrong down up there?
Nah, I'm not saying that. And Skip, stop that. I know what you're
Well, that's
doing.
what you just said. There was some confusion about what down it was?
You know what I'm talking about with the confusion. When Anquan Bolden fumbled the ball out of bounds,
Yeah.
we thought, he fumbled it past the first down marker. We thought we had a first down, which we didn't. But, we raising two different things. No, I'm not saying that. So, Skip, once again, stop it. Be an analyst. Don't be a douchebag. You know what I mean?
Now watch your language.
Watch your language. Come on.
Oh my God, that was great.
I know you're owned by Disney, but come on. Watch your language.
Don't be a
Don't say
douchebag. I love it.
douchebag. That's inappropriate.
I mean, you could say douchebag on FM radio, so
Right?
come on.
I remember once Jeff Gordon, and they were showing a clip of it on ESPN. Jeff Gordon was about to do the race and everything, and then what happened is he failed the pre-race inspection, so his car was immediately disqualified. And then what happened is he didn't know that, and he's doing the pregame press conference, and a reporter says, so how do you feel about your car being disqualified from the race? And he just found out there, and he's like, wait, what? And the guy's like, yeah, it failed a pre-race inspection. And he's like, oh, well, that sucks. Just like that. And then they bleeped out sucks.
What?
What is wrong with this country?
They bleeped out
Take
on
back
what
America.
On what channel?
ESPN.
They bleeped out sucks.
They're owned by Disney.
Sucks.
Would Mickey Mouse say it?
Now,
That's
if
the
he
question.
said that
That's the question.
effing blows,
That's-
okay, but that sucks. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a couple
Wow.
years ago. I think since then they've played it.
Apparently,
and they don't bleep it.
ESPN is rated G.
Gee, nothing like below that. Whatever's below that,
Yeah.
preschool children. It's
I think
language
that is
appropriate
G.
for preschool. No, before G. Whatever's before G. E. M. I don't know my alphabet.
They don't even make them that low, but that's what apparently ESPN is.
I don't know. I don't
Holy
know.
crap.
I mean, come on. That's the question, though. If you're going to say something, say, would Mickey Mouse say this? And the answer is always no, unless it's charming and heartwarming. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, what do you think? Kyle Williams, by the way. I'm grabbing the wrong mouse for the wrong computer. Kyle Williams, I feel like I'm in a spaceship, but Kyle Williams, the guy forced to be the punt returner for the San Francisco 49ers, who in overtime botched the punt, and it sucks because late in the fourth quarter he fumbled, went off the knee, whatever, muffed the punt, and then the Giants got it, and they eventually went downfield and scored that late touchdown. And then it was after that, he gets the ball and he's trying to do something. He's trying to make a move, put some spark into this offense, make up for what he did, the stupid, awful mistake he had earlier in the game, and he fumbles it.
Gotta hold the ball high and
it
tight.
sucks, but
He
this
was
dude's
out and loose.
This dude's getting death threats.
Oh.
I've been reading about this is
San Fran people, chill out.
This is This is what Kenny Williams said. This is his father. This guy was, and you know how I feel about this when the dads come getting involved.
Oh boy.
You know how much I love it when something's going on and they call Archie Manning. Oh, great television. I always care what that guy has to say, almost as much as I care about Brad McCoy. Anyways,
Right.
this is
My
Kenny.
son had a concussion.
My son got done and hit upside the head.
He shouldn't have been playing in that game. That's my baby.
That's my
25-year-old baby.
I've only read what Brad McCoy said in print, but that's always how I picture it.
Yeah.
Just in spite of Brad McCoy, you live in Texas and everything. I picture him
You're
as like
a
a hick. Like he's got
You're a hick with
he's
a
got
cowboy hat,
overalls.
a straw coming out of your mouth.
He's got overalls but no shirt.
Yep.
You know? And it's just like he's got the straw hat and
the
stuff,
hay.
and they got their fancy TV microphone in his face. I don't know what happened, but my boy got done knocked upside the noggin. I don't know what's going on. My boy don't remember nothing. That's Brad McCoy. Brad McCoy, take that, Brad.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Brad McCoy finally getting what for? Take that, little guy. Kenny Williams. Father of Kyle Williams, the guy that fumbled the punt. He says, I'm used to the years of criticism and threats on my life from time to time. How can you be? But I have to hear about threats on your son's life while you're watching TV, and it certainly makes you question our culture of sports as it stands. So the question is, do we take this too seriously? And the answer is no.
You can't, because if anybody was gonna kill anybody, we would have killed LeBron a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, like if I got exactly. I mean sports fans. Do we take this too seriously? And I think the answer to that is absolutely no. Because there's another commercial that the NFL Network's been putting on there where it's a funny commercial. Jared Allen, arguably the funniest person in the NFL right now, the defensive lineman for the
For the Vikings, yeah.
Vikings, yeah. There's a commercial where it shows him like clearing his throat and checking his pitch and stuff, and it keeps showing
that
other
one
teams.
they just played, yeah.
Yeah, and then it shows all these teams go up to people in their houses at work, meet up with these people.
It's so funny.
And there's like famous people there. There's like Steven Jackson of the Rams and Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
There's like Steve Smith of the Panthers, like big name guys coming into their house, and they start like singing to them, and it's the funniest thing. But they're singing to the fans as like we want to say thank you and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's at the end it's like we do this for you. And it's like, and that's what it is. It's like if we react too strongly to something, that doesn't matter. You play it, but this is our thing.
Yeah.
All right? This is our game. You're playing it. If we pull out, you're done.
Exactly.
So yeah, are we gonna threaten your life from time to time?
Yep.
You betcha. But you're not. Your job's not important unless you're getting death threats.
Exactly.
True fact.
I mean, we're not gonna actually kill you.
I get threats on my life all the time from doing this show.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't like.
I
what
get
we
a
have
phone
to
call in
say.
the middle of the night. And it's like, guess what's urinating me off?
Your
Yeah.
face.
My face. And I was more hurt than anything on that one. I felt that was a very personal blow. But it comes with the territory. You gotta take it in stride. Some people are nuts, and that's the problem. Is this the very, very microcosm of a percent that actually act on it and kill people.
Yeah.
That ruin it for the rest of us. I can't tell an average Joe, I'm gonna shoot you in your sleep, because someone shot someone in their sleep. Murderers.
So then they get
Cut it
taken
out.
all seriously, and then people end up in jail.
It's this PC culture. They should have censored out the word death. I'm offended.
It's like, I'm gonna... Wait.
My son's been... Wait,
off.
let's see if we can time this up. My son's been getting threats. See? Doesn't that feel so much safer? I don't know what kind
Now
of threats
he's
getting.
He's just getting threats.
Exactly.
They can
Like,
be
you're a jerk.
hug
I'm gonna
threats.
hug the crap out of you is what hug threats. Hug.
It was the nicest thing I could think of.
Were you going after the word hug or crap? Anyways.
Who knows anymore?
All right. Anyways.
Pretty soon everything is gonna be bleeped out, but fluffy bunnies.
All right. It's time. It's
Okay.
time. It's time to make our picks. Right?
Okay, let's go.
Hold on. Here we go. Let me set this up.
Okay.
We are making our very, very important picks. All right. On the quintessential game in all of sports, really. All right. All of life, really. The quintessential most important day in existence. We are picking the great matchup 1 week from today. Von Erich, we'll start with you. NFC or AFC, who wins the Pro Bowl?
AFC, of course.
All right, Ashley.
AFC all the way.
I'm going AFC. We're agreed across the board. For our Super Bowl predictions, don't miss next week's show, our big Super Bowl preview spectacular.
Better be watching.
It's 2 weeks away, guys. We got to have something to talk about. All right, anyways, let's stick with the NFL here. We got some very important baseball stuff coming up a little later in the show. But right now, let's talk about the St. Louis Rams. This is something we talked about last week in our High on Sports Overtime segment, which you can find exclusively on YouTube, theyoutube.com. Check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube page, of course. We talked about the Rams and potentially going to Los Angeles. This might have been 2 weeks ago.
Yuck.
I think this was 2 weeks ago, actually,
Yeah.
now that I say it. But I don't do dates and stuff. But anyways... we talked about the St. Louis Rams and how Jeff Fisher to the Rams was being held up by we didn't know the specifics because they weren't revealed, but we knew that for some reason the potential of the Rams returning to Los Angeles was holding up the Fisher deal. Well, anyways, Fisher obviously with the Rams, he's held his big conference and everything. He's there. His hair, I don't know if you saw the press conference, but his hair kind of looked like Kenny Powers from the show Eastbound and Down. It's kind of like it was kind of like almost like Jerry curls or something. Like it's like it just didn't look like Jeff Fisher. He was too all done up and stuff. But anyways, not Jerry curls. That was a horrible description. But anyways, well, anyways, he's obviously with the Rams now. Now here's the big thing, the big shocker coming out about the Rams. All right, the St. Louis Rams have agreed. You know, the NFL does the game in London.
Which I think is stupid, too.
They do the game in London every year, which I guess I get because, you know, it's obviously the most important thing in the United States. And they're trying to, you know, globalize it as much as they can, however far the market can go into other countries. And Europe is obviously the second biggest hotspot you'd like to get. Well, what gets me about that, and I don't have a problem with it. I understand why they do it. I would just hate it if I found out the Browns were going.
Because it means we lose a home game.
Because it's like you lose a home game. Unless it was a game where the Browns were on the road, then I'd say absolutely. I'd love to see them go play in London. Like, that'd be cool. As long as there's not time zone issues or something.
There would be.
No.
They're like
Europe,
how many hours ahead of
Europe,
us?
get on the same time schedule as us. Come on. You know, and by us, I mean, you know, the 4 different ones we occupy. 5, sorry, I forgot about Hawaii. But anyways, the St. Louis Rams have just agreed to go play in Los Angeles. They were already set to go in 2012. And they just reached a deal to go in 13 and 14. The Rams will play a home game in Los Angeles for the next 3 years in a row at least.
You mean London, right?
In London, yes. Now, the reason LA comes into all of this is, and this is something we talked about in our overtime segment 2 weeks ago, is the fact that the Rams have a certain stipulation in their deal that if they aren't in the top 25% in attendance by 2014, they can get out of town and they can go to Los Angeles. And it's not even a matter of being in that market. Obviously, if you can be in the LA market over the St. Louis one, you're going to want that. But it's also the matter of, like, the one thing teams in the NFL want more than anything in the world is a new stadium. It's like a new toy to a child. It's just like every time I want. It's really the same with all sports. You know, they're constantly asking for a new stadium, whether the old one's like run its course or not. Everybody just wants the shiniest, newest stadium. And Los Angeles.
We had to wait 50 years to get one.
Absolutely. You know what they did with Municipal? It's out in Lake Erie. It's a true story.
Yeah, it's a coral reef.
Yeah, that artificial reef out there. It's Municipal Stadium. That's crazy, isn't it? Anyways, different subject. The thing is, they can move to this shiny new stadium in Los Angeles in 2014, or after the 2014 season, I should say, because their lease runs out, if they are not in the top 25% in attendance. What's the smartest way to be out of the top 25?
Cut your home games.
Don't be there.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's such crap.
That's 3 games over the next 3 years that won't go towards attendance on this stadium at all. And the other smart thing is the Rams are owned by Stan Kroenke. I don't know. Anyways, he is the majority shareholder of the English soccer club Arsenal. All right, so he's already got a footing. He's a big-time soccer owner over in England. And now you can come see his football team. I hate it. I hate this. But brilliant move. I mean, from his point of view, I have a good following in England, so I'll bring my team there. Meanwhile, I'll get great numbers and make lots of money over in England, while those numbers won't go towards my home in St. Louis.
If I was St. Louis
and I'll
fans,
get to
I'd be
move.
pissed.
Oh,
I'd go
right?
kick in that guy's door and punch him in the nads.
I can't believe it. I've been running through all the different scenarios in my head about moving teams. St. Louis is one that makes sense, though, because you don't have to change anything. You don't have to shift anything geographically. They're already in the NFC West, so they're still in the NFC West, you know? But if Jacksonville moves there, Jacksonville's in the South, you got to reshuffle and rearrange everything, which wouldn't be too bad because I've always thought the Dolphins belong in the South, and then I think the Ravens belong in the East, and I think the Colts belong in the North. I mean, what are the Colts doing in the South?
That's true.
They're like about it. I think it's about the same height, like as much north as Cleveland is, give or take. It's a little more south, but it's like, what are you doing in the
Indiana's right
South in
next to us.
Indiana? You're by one of the Great Lakes, and you play in the South.
Well, it's not really the geographical area where the team is from. It's more about the rivalries within the division. And
Yeah.
they wanted to keep that tradition going.
Exactly, like the Cowboys playing in the East. But yeah, I've said this before, especially with the college stuff. It's like, why does no one in the sports industry own a map? Like, at all? I mean, it just upsets me when you see a team like the Boise State Broncos are about to play in the Big East. What? They're in Idaho. They said one of the stipulations is if they get in there, they would like to split the Big East in two, make a Big East East and a Big East West. How does that make sense? That's an oxymoron. East-West is in the middle. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Let's. So Rams to LA seems to be a foregone conclusion. Obviously, we got a couple years before we know for sure. But Jim Tressel in the news. Speaking of the Colts, has just finished earlier this week his second interview to be the new head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
He'll get it.
They said they expect to announce their new head coach this week, and as far as information made to the public, or made open to the public, he's the only person who've interviewed twice. So interesting little thing to keep tabs on. Would you bring Tressel in as a head coach in the NFL?
Yes.
Yes, that's just it.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. That is one of the hardest leaps in all of sports.
Yes, but dude, he knows football though, man.
He does, but
He knows football.
That's my thing though. I mean, he went from a scandal to the NFL. I mean, usually with a coach like that, it would go, okay, we're going to go up to the top, and then we're going to have a little bump in the road, and then a little bit more bump in the road, and a little bit more bump in the road, and then maybe come up just a little bit. But he went from scandal, and then 1 year, not even a year later, it's like, I got a job at the Colts now.
Yeah. Well, he's been working with the Colts this season in a weird position, like an assistant when they're going to challenge a play. Like he helps them review stuff. Yeah, like a video review analyst, something.
Something like that, yeah.
Something stupid. Something to just bring him there to make some headlines. But the whole thing is going to the coach in the pros makes the most sense for him. He's got a no-show clause as a penalty from the NCAA. Meaning, if he goes to any other college, the NCAA will suspend you from a postseason for numerous years. We're talking like 2 to 3.
Yeah.
At least. And a lot of people are talking like, for a little school like an Akron who's won 2 games in the last 2 years, why not take the risk? It's not like if you're going to go to a bowl, it's not like it's going to be a relevant bowl at all.
Yeah.
Even by your standards over the next 3 seasons. So, and then in that 4th season, you've got Jim Tressel and all the recruiting power that brings with it. But, he can't bring any penalties over with him to the NFL. I mean, Goodell could decide, I'm going to give you a 1-year postseason ban. That would be weird, but I mean, he did punish him and Terrell Pryor, both of them. Jim Tressel had to serve a 5-game suspension as their video review
analyst guy.
Whatever.
So he wouldn't really get punished again because he already got the punishment.
That's true, but
so he'll just boom.
And then Terrell Pryor got it was a 5-game suspension as well. Not that it mattered.
No, because he wasn't playing anyways.
Yeah, they decided to bet the whole farm on Carson Palmer. That worked out great.
It started off great, and then it just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to find out what's urinating us off. What the hell is going on with Fausto Carmona? Or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
3 up, 3 down, all that, so much more. You listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
to know about the Sunday Hangover Show. The name says it all.
Leave it alone, man.
The Sunday Hangover Show. Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. on morningshowcentral.com.
Don't worry, guys. We'll be right back. But in the meantime, enjoy the cream of the crop with the High on Sports High.
Real quick, I just got something hot off the presses. Our neighbor to the south of Ohio, the Cincinnati Reds, pitcher Mike Leake has just been arrested for shoplifting. He was charged with misdemeanor shoplifting after employees of Macy's accused him of trying to steal 6 shirts worth $60 from a downtown department store.
Could he not afford it?
Yeah, I think the minimum baseball salary is around $80,000.
It's a little over 60.
He's probably got a platinum credit card. He couldn't put it on that.
Can we just agree that a minimum baseball salary is over $60? Can we?
Yeah.
We don't have the facts in front of us, but I think that's safe to assume.
Like he didn't even try to apply for the Macy's card.
Wow, what an idiot!
He could have got like 20% off his first purchase.
So is he going to get suspended? Can you get suspended for this?
Oh, absolutely.
From the game, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
So is it like the NFL where they have standards for their players?
Their conduct stuff and everything. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I think he's facing some sort of suspension or something. What a dumb move. What a dumb move.
He should he just
hold off saying it's a dumb move until you see the shirts.
I'm in the mood to dance.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio.
It's driving me crazy. It's like a mind puzzle, an awesome mind puzzle.
Right here on morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for 2, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Project X Show. Live on morningshowcentral.com. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at reduxdirect.com. That's reduxdirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com.
Around the Corner, voted best place to get wings and best outdoor patio, is the place for you and your friends if you like great live music, awesome pub food, or if you want to just kick back with friends on the enclosed heated patio. This neighborhood favorite hosts cornhole tournaments, crab races, and has tons of TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Around the Corner, located at 18616 Detroit Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Hey, want to guest bartend and raise money for a charity, organization, fundraiser, or your sports team? Call Ryan at 216-521-4413. That's 216-521-4413. The people have spoken. Get down to ATC and let the fun begin.
P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from The Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at MartyAllenShow.com. But you can catch the best of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at MartyAllenShow.com and the best of the replays right here at MorningShowCentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Coming at you from the rock and roll capital, it's an exciting and fast-paced global forum with the man who knows how to help get your band even better. Yeah! Doc Rock tackles industry issues with informed guests and invites your questions, concerns, and tales of band life. There's never a dull moment in Doc's world of showbiz. He cares about artist issues and escalating your talents. So make an appointment with Doc Rock on Band-Aid. Thank you! Tuesday night, starting at 9:05, only on MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. What is it? It was hot. It's everything in between with your host, Von Erich. Everything in between. Nothing gets me more excited. Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Hey guys, I'm Danica Patrick, and when I'm not busy like racing race cars, I'm totally listening to High on Sports every Monday at 9 o'clock on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome back to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
Word it up, I am Von Erich.
I've said it before, I'll say it again, best starting lineup in sports radio, period.
Boom.
I know how much you love Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's my fave.
I bet she is.
Yeah.
She wants to be the honey badger. Did you hear that?
She wants to meet the honey badger?
No, be the new honey badger.
Be the new honey badger? Yeah, no.
Quick side note, the honey badger, everybody thinks it was that player from LSU. It was a video first. Like a YouTube sensation. That's where it came from.
Honey
And
badger
she
don't
says-
give a shit.
What she said is, it's funny that you said that. And she said that in like a press conference. She's like, I want to be the honey badger of racing. You know, the honey badger doesn't give a crap. It takes what it wants. Ironically, crap wasn't bleep now that I'm thinking about it. It was on ESPN.
Huh.
Standards have
Interesting.
changed. What's wrong with today's society?
Can't say suck,
Where you can
but you
say
can say
words
crap.
like crap on Disney-owned channels.
Wow.
Would they say that on That's So Raven? No. That's the second thing. First of all, if Mickey Mouse would say it, continue on. Would That's So Raven say it? And then if it's no, you stop. Anyways, what am I talking about? All right. Let's maintenance work being done. This is okay. I'm going. We're all right. Well, thank you so much for listening to Ion Sports. Whether you're listening on one of the many glorious apps or on morningshowcentral.com, thank you so much for making us a part of your evening. It is so nice to see you. Hi. Remember, as always, you can log into the chat room to talk with us live during the show. To ask for a password, don't need to put one. Just put a name, hit enter. You're immediately logged in, talking to myself, Ashley, Von Erich, and whoever else is in the chat room right now. And, of course, call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Complain, argue, agree, what have you. And email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com, and we'll read them live on the air if they're good enough. So, ball's in your court. Pressure's getting hot, isn't it? All right, let's get right into things, all right, because we've got so much to get to. It is round 2. Let's go. Hold up the 2, because we don't have the cards again. They're in the closet. Anyways, we're going to start. No. It's time for a staple of Ion Sports. And that is, of course, it's urinating us off. And we're going to start, as we always do, with Von Erich. Von Erich, hi.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you? You there?
I think I'm here.
Yeah, you sound there. All right. Well, what's urinating you off?
Well, I was going through the MLB website today, as I do every day,
Absolutely.
and found out some news. Bud Selig unanimously granted 2-year extension for the MLB commissionership. Yeah, I know you're not happy with this, neither am I. But what really irritates me off, it was voted unanimously 30-0. And there's been plenty of teams that have come out and criticized Bud Selig in the past for a lot of the things he's done, most specifically the All-Star game and the way it affects the home field advantage of the World Series, and tons of other things, whether it's, well, I was there for a minute, but I'm gone now.
You're there. I hear you. Go
All right.
on.
But the way he... Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
The way he's kept some people out of the Hall of Fame, namely Pete Rose and some other ones, and the whole steroid era controversy. And there was a lot of teams that wanted Selig out the door, but not the case today because they voted 30-0 unanimously. 2 more years for Bud Selig.
Not a Bud Selig fan. Neither are you either. I don't think, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't blame him for the steroid era, but it's 100% his fault. So, I mean, it hasn't happened under anyone else's watch that we know of. I at least blame him for making it public. I'd rather not know. You know what I mean? That sounds dumb, but I'd rather not know that people are cheating. You know? I think it'd be a lot better if that stuff never came out about Pete Rose, and we just remember him as one of the all-time greats. I think life would be happier. But unfortunately, it's not that way anymore. But no, I remember Bud Selig in an interview before the season started actually said that this was going to be his last season. And then
he said that before too, that he doesn't want to be a permanent commissioner and he's only going to do it for a short amount of time, and of course extension after extension after extension.
I mean,
he's still here.
That's ridiculous. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. He's my of the big 3 sports, he is my second least favorite, if that makes sense. I don't really have a problem with Goodell. Bud Selig, not a big fan of, but my least favorite is David Stern. I hate David Stern. He finds you for tweeting. He's just a dick. I mean, flat out. David Stern, just the way he talks, is he always just seems like he's smarter than whoever he's talking to. You can have a conversation with the guy, and he's just like, there's just something in his eyes where he's like, I'm more intelligent than you. And you're just going to have to deal with that. But anyways, thank you, Von Erich. And now, Ashley, what is you and you off on this fine Monday evening?
So,
yep, I'm
we
with
have
you.
this whole new rumor going on that they don't like him. They don't like LeBron in Miami.
No.
Yeah, they don't like him. Who would have thunk? So, between him / myself kind of both urinating me off because there's this new rumor that since they don't like him in Miami, they might trade him straight up for Dwight Howard. So he's going to go to Orlando. Well, he's not going to stay in Orlando. So then the rumor becomes, oh, maybe he's ready to come home. And it's
Akron doesn't have a pro team.
Okay, maybe he's ready to come back to Cleveland.
Home-ish.
Yeah, home-ish.
I mean, we don't
And
live
I'm
in Cleveland, and it's our home.
And part of me's like, I don't want that SOB back. But then there's this little part of me that's really pissing me off that is kind of like, I would love him back.
Right?
Let
I know
him
exactly
come back.
what you mean.
And I can't, and that's why I'm so mad at myself. I'm mad at him because he's the one that caused this. And I'm mad at me because I'm like, I don't know if I'd be upset with him coming back. I think I'd be okay with that. But then I was like, I don't know though. Because I'm like, Clevelanders, we don't forgive and forget.
No, absolutely
very easily not.
Because we're good people.
Yeah.
The best
it's like,
people.
You screw us over, you will suffer through that the rest of your life.
You can say die, we won't bleep you.
Yeah. But then my stepdad made a good point, and it's like, but we welcomed Jim Thome back, and he kind of did the same thing. It was just he left for more money. He said, yeah, they're paying me $2 million more. I'm out.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, we did forgive him. So maybe we could forgive LeBron. I don't know, though. I don't know. There's a part of me that I think I would just go onto the court and backhand the mess out of him and then say, welcome back.
I actually had someone ask me that this week because of all the rumors flying around. They said, how would you feel about LeBron coming back? How would you react? And I thought about it. That's the hardest question I've ever been asked in my entire sports journalist, if you want to call it that, career. I mean, when he left, it was such a natural reaction. It was such a knee-jerk reaction. It was like when you get your reflexes tested at the doctors. Yeah, it's just you hit him in the knee and they kick, which I've never had that happen. I don't get it. But anyways.
Mine twitches a little bit.
I don't know. Boop. You got bad reflexes. But anyways, I'm not a doctor. So.
No, I have reflexes like a cat.
I'm sure
like
you do.
I play shortstop.
I'm sure. All right.
It's like, boom.
Anyways, we can talk about your reflexes all night. But instead we're going to talk about LeBron. It was such a natural reaction. You just knew you have a jersey, burn it. Yep. And film it too so it'll be on YouTube or SportsCenter or something, Like that's just what you did. You burn the jersey, ruin it. My neighbor took the jersey, made it his dog's little bedding. His dog sleeps in the jersey right now. But I don't know how to react if he comes back.
Neither do I.
It's like I hate him, but I don't hate a Cavalier. Obviously, I want him to succeed because I want the Cavs to win.
Yeah,
We'll just burn his new jersey.
God, but we will win if he comes back. Look at this, Kyrie
That's
Irving.
Not a guarantee because we didn't
guard.
win when he was here before.
That's because he quit because he knew he was leaving. Douchebag. Another reason why I hate you, you sack of crap.
You know what? I want to say something. There's a lot of people. A couple things real quick. A lot of people saying like, oh, Miami booed him in the game. Was like last week or something. That's where the rumors kind of started. Miami booed him, and everybody's saying like, what? Why are you booing this guy? There's people outside of Cleveland, obviously, that have said like, this is one of arguably the best NBA player right now, and you're booing him. It's like I don't get it. And this is two arguments I hear brought up. This is a 24-year-old kid. 24. I'm 20. He's only 4 years older than me.
He's only 2 years older than me.
He's 2 years older than you.
That's ridiculous.
Right? But you know what?
Technically a year and 9 months because he turns 24 in December.
Anyways.
Yeah. I keep getting sidetracked with useless information.
All right. Well, anyways, he's only been on this earth. But he's only been on this earth. Think about this. 2 years more than you. Just 2 years. But how much longer than you has he been playing basketball?
Honestly, probably.
This is his 9th season. I mean, professional NBA basketball.
I've been playing since I was a wee little child.
No, he's been alive just 24 years, but he's been playing in the NBA. This is his 9th season. 7 with the Cavs, plus it was 7 with the Cavs, or was it 8?
It was 7.
7 with the Cavs, 1 already in Miami. This is his 9th season. All right? So when people say don't criticize this kid, he's 24 years old, right?
Are you sure he's 24 or is he 25?
Either way, whatever, 24, 25. He's in his mid to early 20s. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so he's actually 26. But anyways, so forget all that stuff.
Wow,
but anyway,
like,
26
there's no
years
way
old.
he's been in the NBA 9 years
26,
and he's only 24.
26 is still young. All right, 26
Yeah.
is still young. He's like 20, 25, 26. About to be 26. Or
'Cause
just
he
turned
came in at
26.
18.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, 25, 26. Okay, anyways.
We're arguing about the dumbest thing
So,
right now.
and I've said this before on the show, is like, so don't criticize him on things with life. Don't say at 26 you're not a good enough driver. At 26 you can't do your taxes well enough. All right? I'll leave him alone on that. But in your 9th season in the NBA, you should be able to win a championship and do some things if you have the talent that he says he has. And people are saying, Miami, get off his back. He's come here to play for you and everything. Well, you know what? You're allowed to criticize a guy when he doesn't bring a ring and he promises not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, 500. He promised 500 championships. You remember that? 500.
I do.
When you're saying multiple,
500.
when you're saying we're gonna be the greatest dynasty of all time, which is what he was saying with that, and
then
you
they
haven't produced
lost.
one, and you came to the mountaintop and slid all the way back down on your ass, you're allowed to boo him. I'm sorry, he is a disappointment. When you promise the highest of glories and do not deliver with the cockiness and the confidence he had going into this, if you don't produce a championship with how close you got, you can be booed.
Yes, you
I say
can.
this unto you, sir. Boo.
Oh my God. That was great. Boo.
That's all I have to say to you, Mr. James. By the way, did you hear the Indians?
Touché.
This was like 2 weeks ago now, but I don't think we talked about it. But the Indians signed a guy named Willie LeBron.
I saw that.
He's a
Are
Dominican
you sure
pitcher
we
right
didn't
now.
talk about it? We talked about
might
it
have.
somewhere. I don't know,
Anyways,
but I
that's
saw
weird.
that. I'm like, that poor guy is never going to sell a jersey in his life because it has
crazy.
LeBron
I know,
on
right?
it.
It's gonna be
I
impossible
mean, if
to
his
sell.
first name was LeBron, it wouldn't matter
Yeah, it'd
because
be
the
like,
jersey
whatever.
wouldn't have it, but it's
LeBron
his last
Jones.
name. Who the hell's going to buy a jersey that says LeBron on it? Poor guy.
That was something we used to do growing up
Poor
when
guy.
we played ball in the streets where I grew up. We called it street ball. You know, it'd be like, check it out, I'm LeBron, and you go to shoot and it misses, and they're like, hey, nice, LeBron. I was like, no, I meant LeBron Jones. Different guy. Doesn't play basketball. He's a claims representative at Progressive Insurance. Not great at sports. That's who I was. Anyways, that's stupid. But that's what we used to do on the street ball courts. That's what we did. But all right, thank you so much. Obviously, it's good urinating off. Now it's my turn. And for mine, we stick with the National Basketball Association, but we go over to the glorious utopia that is the city of New Jersey. And we go to Darren Williams specifically. Darren Williams, obviously, the Nets made a pretty big gamble by trading for him last season when they knew you have this guy now for a year and a half, and he's probably going to leave. Well, it looks like he's going to leave because this mysterious list has surfaced listing where he'd like to go. By the way, there is a stipulation. It has been reported that if the Nets can sign or trade for Dwight Howard, he'll stay. If not, goodbye.
He's gone.
And that's what gets me is such a specific thing. Like, you have to do it. I mean, we've talked about this before, how the players have all the control and the owners have no control anymore. Because players can say, I want out, and I want out specifically to this place. Excuse me. And you have to do it, basically, at this point. Because, all right, I'm just going to leave, so why don't you just trade me anyways? You know, but to get this specific, you have to make these specific moves if you want to keep me. Specifically bring in Dwight Howard or I go. And the teams have surfaced that as his reported list is the Los Angeles Lakers, New York Knicks, and Dallas Mavericks. Another situation, the rich get richer. LA, New York, Dallas. Huge markets. I hate it because I feel like there's no respect for the game anymore. All right, basketball is a sport I love. It's my number 2 sport. Obviously, nothing's going to ever take football. But basketball, no one has respect for the game anymore. It's about their brand.
Yeah.
How can I make Darren Williams a global thing? I'll get in this big media outlet city, a Los Angeles, a New York, a Dallas, or LeBron's case, Miami. You know, I have to go here to spread my brand, to globalize the name Darren Williams. You have no respect for who's come before you. It's not about how big can I make my name. It's about the game, and they don't respect the game anymore.
That's why I like college basketball more than the NBA now.
Well, even then, they're just.
I know.
I'm just here because I have to do my mandatory year before I can go focus on my
See,
brand.
it's not all the college schools. I like
The sucky ones.
not the sucky ones.
Well, that's what
but
you're trying to say.
Ohio State and the average ones because it's just a bunch of kids who want to play basketball.
Yeah.
And that's what the NBA used to be, just a bunch of dudes who want to go out there and play basketball because it's the game that they love and they want to play. But no, now it's all about I need to party every night and get people buying all my stuff so I can make my millions.
What? You really want to dissect
Who cares
this?
about the game?
You want to dissect this? They talk about the hard work they do. So I just do this hard work so I can make it and everything. Really think about this. Darren Williams, in his specific situation, or most basketball players, they feel like I should be able to go to this. I should be able to opt out whenever I want. I should be able to go wherever I want, whenever I want.
No loyalty.
Do whatever I want because I work out a bunch.
Yeah. I'm like, you know
That's
what
all it
I
is.
would give to do nothing but work out and play a sport? That's all you have to do with your entire life. You wake up in the morning, you work out, and you go play basketball. Why is that so complicated?
But they feel like I lift a bunch of weights and
And
I
they
run
think
on the
they're-
treadmill all day.
Yeah.
So now I should get to pick the city I want, when I want to go there, how much I want to make.
And who's
It's all up
coming
to
with
me.
me.
Yeah. Who's teaming up with me?
They think they're owed everything, and in reality, they're not owed dick. Am I allowed to
You know
say
what?
that?
Yeah, well, who cares? We're on the internet. But you know what? Can't say it on ESPN. But you know what? The thing is now it's not. It's just about getting the ring, the championship. It's not about earning a championship. And with Jordan, with Magic, with
Bird,
Kareem, with Hakeem the Dream, with Larry Bird, it was about earning that
earn it.
ring. Now
'Cause
it's
you don't just get. 'cause
yes. It was about getting better than your rivals, not saying, "Come on, rivals,
It's like
let's
I can't
do
beat
it together."
you, so come join. I'm gonna come join you because I can't beat you. No, you
That's all it
bust your ass every day in that damn gym until you're better than the best, and then you can walk away with a ring.
That's all it is now. And this is the last thing I'm going to say about this because we gotta get to this Fausto thing. Is the biggest difference between today's NBA and the NBA of yesteryear, the magical time of yesteryear where everything was great. The biggest difference is now it's about what you get.
Yeah, it's
Back
not
then
about-
it was about what you earned.
Yeah.
It was about the hard work I had to do to get to the
And it was a
championship.
team game,
as
too.
opposed to just I have a championship.
Yeah.
It meant even more than getting the ring itself.
Amen.
Anyways, let's testify. All right, let's talk a little baseball. All right, Von Erich, I know you've heard about this one. This is a gem. This is, you know what, I doing this show and
already
everything.
laughing.
I don't want to say I'm not necessarily happy about this, but doing this show, there's a little voice in me that when there's something going on with sports, I always hope something crazy happens. You know, it's like it's so much better to talk about than
Yeah,
just
you
like
always
this
want
and
it to
stuff.
happen. But
Exactly.
just not to our beloved team.
Not to the Indians. Absolutely not. But so it's great that something crazy happened, but it's awful that it's our beloved Cleveland Indians. God bless them. I love them all. Every one of them listening right now. Hi, Jason Kipnis. Did you know he's Jewish? Anyways, Cleveland Indians pitcher Fausto Carmona is not Fausto Carmona.
What?
When I read this, my mind was blown. It's a fake name. He was arrested. He's gotten out on bail, $13,000 bail. But he's not permitted to leave the Dominican Republic right now. His real name is Roberto Hernandez Herrera. Am I pronouncing that last name
I thought it
correctly,
was
Von Erich?
Herdia.
No. How do you pronounce that last name? Do you know, Von Erich?
Looks like Herdia.
I thought it was Heredia.
Heredia. It's got multiple pronunciations. That's why every time I told people, I just said his name was Roberto Hernandez. And that's not the big one. The big one is he lied about his age. All right, he's not actually 28 right now. He's 31. That's a 3-year difference. That's pretty big.
Yeah,
the
especially in
Indians,
sports.
I don't know
life.
the specifics, but I've been reading that the Indians may have the right to void his contract now and simply just say goodbye. And all reports are saying that he actually won't be there for the start of the season anyways, which is why the Indians also made a trade of relief pitcher Zach Putnam to the Colorado Rockies for starter Kevin Slowey, who...
Formerly of the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm in favor of everything the Indians do. So, anyways, this is just insane. Now, what I thought when I read that is that they made up a fake name. They took the name Fausto Carmona, and they just went with it. Nope, not the case. There was an actual Fausto Carmona. And what I found out is the reason his cover was blown is because the family of the real Fausto Carmona went on a local radio show in the Dominican Republic and blew the whistle on it all. He's been paying them hush money.
Are you
to
serious?
the family of the real Fausto Carmona. I'm being 100% serious right now. And I guess with them, the Indians picking up his was a $7 million extension. The family said, we want more hush money. And he said, no, it's going to be the same rate. And he says that's not good enough. So they ended up going to a local radio station and blew the whistle on all of this. Now, what I don't get, Mr. Roberto Hernandez something, why didn't you just make up a name? Why did you have to take this guy's, like, now I'm you? And then
well,
furthermore,
he probably needed a fake birth certificate and all that.
Who's signed to the Indians contract? Roberto Hernandez Herrera?
Now we got some random Dominican guy.
Fausto Carmona.
We have some random, probably, who knows, Yahoo Dominican guy who's probably never played baseball in his life. So now we have him signed to a contract.
I know it doesn't work like that.
This could very well be the stupidest person on the face of the earth.
I really just hope it did work like that.
I know, right?
Part of me just hopes.
I want him to show up in Cleveland and be like, I'm ready to pitch today.
Yeah, I really hope just some random schmo named Fausto Carmona shows up like, well, let's do this. Like, he's some big, like, overweight Dominican guy. It's like, I signed a deal. All right, 3 up, 3 down. We're getting to the end of the show here. Down number 3, most of the stuff we talked about. The New Jersey Nets won't be able to keep Darren Williams unless they get Dwight Howard. BS. Down number 2, St. Louis. Lose a home game for the next 3 years, and the Rams may possibly be going to Los Angeles. Down number 1, Fausto Carmona, because he never existed. Or he did. I don't know now. Up number 3.
Random schmo.
Up number 3, Joe Philbin, new head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And by his math, he has been an assistant coach in this league for 10,061 days before he finally gets his crack at a head job. Up number 2, Yu Darvish signed a $52 million deal to go pitch with the Rangers. Even though the reason I don't like that, he hasn't thrown a pitch in the United States yet.
Yeah.
You can.
Well, not only did they pay
I
him
could
that
strike
much,
out a Japanese kid.
but then they have to pay like a fee to talk to
another
him.
$52 million for the rights to negotiate.
Yeah.
So they're out $104 million for this.
That's insane.
Anyways,
I was like, screw that crap.
up number 1, tie Patriots and New York Giants. They will meet in Super Bowl XLVI. That's 46.
Yeah.
And next week, we will have our predictions for who will be Super Bowl champions. Also, a little side note, hot off the presses, Bruins, the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup, Lord Stanley's Cup. The Stanley Cup MVP, Tim Thomas, has chosen to skip the White House visit with Obama.
He's not an Obama fan.
I don't know, you probably would skip it, right? Right, Van Eyck?
Yeah, I would skip it.
I would too.
I wouldn't. God bless him. Anyways, politics topic for another day. That's topic for Wednesdays. Just it out with your host G. Anyways, that's gonna do it for us. So thank you so much for listening. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, check out High on Sports Overtime and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us on Twitter, high_on_sports, Facebook, High on Sports Radio. That's gonna do it for us. So for Chris, for Ashley, for Von Erich, I'm saying I'm Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place on MorningShowCentral.com. Oh, tired.